life. Life will deal you a hand. You got to play it. What may be a bad hand, let the next person mess up and turn around and be a good hand. The Bible says every man has been dealt a measure of faith. We here on this Father's Day, which is a great day. I pray that the word that go forth, it be a blessing. Church, let me share something with you all. There was this man, right? He was a great man. He was a father. But he was getting ready to die. Before he died, he told his son, I want you to read this letter at my funeral. And then a year later, the next Father's Day, I want you to read this letter. The man died. The son spoke at the funeral. He said a lot of great things about his father. Year passed, Father's Day came. And he got up to speak about his father, and he said that his father was such a great man. He did everything for the community. He made sure everybody was all right. He made sure that there was love, there was justice. He gave, he accepted, he did all of these things. He said, but now that I've been gone, you all going to wind up with a lot of instructors and not many fathers. The people looked at him like, what the world is he talking about? So the friend gets up, and the friend began to give the people an understanding of the letter that the son read, that there are 10,000 instructors, but not many fathers. A bunch of men, we just instructors, but we not fathers. The friend got up and said, when you read the Bible, in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, verses 14 through 17, Paul says, I'm writing to you not to shame you, but I'm writing to you that you would have an understanding. Paul said y'all have 10,000 instructors, but no fathers. In the church, we got a bunch of people that's instructors, but they're not fathers. You have to really understand that Bible when you read it, people. When you go back and you read that Bible, during Paul's time, an instructor was a slave. And the slave was to make sure that the child's well-being was good. The slave was to make sure that the child experienced growth. The father already knew that when the child grew old, the child would hate the instructor. Why? Because all the instructor doing is making sure the child is all right and making sure the child grows. That's what he wrote to the Corinthians. But before he wrote to the Corinthians, he wrote to the Galatians. He told the Galatians, a schoolmaster, once a child has reached a certain level, it no longer needs a school. The schoolmaster, which was the law. The law gonna need you, the law gonna guide you, but when you get a certain age, you no longer need nobody to walk you to the bus stop. You don't need nobody to make sure you get to school, because now you're old and you can do it on your own. We're running these churches and we got a bunch of instructors, but not fathers. Paul is saying, I birthed this church at Corinthians. I love this church. I'm going to take care of this church. I'm going to make sure this church is all right. This is what Paul is saying. So as the friend get up, and the friend said, in order to fully understand Paul, you got to go all the way back. When Paul first wrote 1 Corinthians, Paul was dealing with the division that's in the church. After he dealt with the division that's in the church, now Paul began to tell them, I didn't come with no enticing word. I didn't come with all this discernment and all this political garbage they had brought in the church. Paul said, man, listen, we get in the 3rd chapter. I laid the foundation to this church. I died behind this church. That's what Paul was letting them know. So we get in the 4th chapter. Paul says, I sent Timothy to let y'all know, because all Timothy is just like everybody else, an instructor. Minister God, Daddy gonna say do this. Daddy gonna say don't do that. Daddy just being an instructor. But the child don't need an instructor. The child need a father. Because when that child going through something, that child dealing with something, that child need a father, not an instructor. When I'm in the church, I need a blessing, I need prayer, I need somebody to answer my question. I don't need nobody instructing me. You ain't gonna instruct me to do a damn thing. Why? I built this here. God gave it to me. And whatever God tells me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. Damn what a Negro said. Why? Because I'm not an instructor. I'm a father. And it's a difference. Why? Because a slave gonna do what he told to do. I wish a Negro would stay with me. Why? Because this was birthed out of love. This was birthed out of understanding. Paul was letting them know, man, I'm a father, not an instructor. An instructor listen to any damn Bible. I listen to God, and I listen to God only.
Yes. Come on, Pastor Mike.
When I was a little boy, Minister God, I go by my friend's house. And I would be jealous because my friend had his mama and his daddy. I didn't have my daddy at the house. Why I couldn't have this type of household as a child? That's what I thought. But when I got old, I said, Lord, thank you, because I was cut daddy out. Why? I could go by his house, but he couldn't come by my house. Because daddy was strict. Daddy didn't allow them to go nowhere. Daddy didn't allow them to do nothing. Who want a daddy like that? That's not a daddy, that's an instructor. Daddy gonna make sure you all right. Daddy gonna make sure you good. Daddy gonna take care of you no matter what the situation is. Why? Because he understands how it feels to be a father. Not all fathers know what it feels like to be a father. They just a bunch of instructors. That's why the household's so messed up. Because the government gonna instruct you how to raise your children. The government gonna instruct you how to handle your children. The government don't love your children. You love your child. You gonna be there when nobody else is there. You gotta deal with it when nobody else has to deal with it. Paul said, I laid the foundation. How many fathers laid the foundation? How many? Not too many of us. You know why? Because when we look up, man, bro, she told me she's pregnant. She said she's pregnant. Did you plan that? No, man. Did you lay the foundation for that? No, she told me she's pregnant. So now the average man is supposed to be an instructor because he don't know nothing about being a father because he didn't lay the foundation to be a father. So you got a bunch of Negroes running around here because they want to instruct you. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to care. They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to spend time because we wasn't taught that. We were taught to be instructors. And right now today, that's why the average household is so messed up. That's why the average church is so messed up because we following a bunch of instructors. Negro text me. We about to clean up. So y'all got to find somewhere else to have service. my children are not welcome because you done cleaned your house and you think they're going to dirty up your house because you done cleaned your house? What, you going to think my children are not well trained? You going to think my children don't know how to behave? That's what you're telling me. And if that's not what you're telling me, that's how I'm going to take it. Why? Because I'm a father. And ain't no father's going to let nobody play with a child.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong, Corey? You don't have a child with autism. So you don't know what I go through. You don't know what I deal with. Even though that's not what you say, that's how I took it. Why? Because I have a child that has autism. So I'm very sensitive in any kind of way in that area because I love my child, man.
Yes.
God blessed me to be able to birth this ministry. And God said, Mike, take care of it with all your heart, man. I don't run around here instructing y'all to do this. You can't do that. You can't go here. You can't go there. I ain't about to do that. And that's what has happened in the church. You got a bunch of Negroes work for another Negro to punish you Negroes. Come on, God.
Come on. Real talk.
The Bible says he didn't give us a spirit of fear.
That's right.
But love and power and a sound mind, man. If greed is he that's in me and he that's in the world, I ain't fighting my tongue for no damn Bible.
Yes, Lord. Come on.
God don't bite his tongue.
Come on.
So why can the children bite their tongue? Paul is writing, and Paul let these Corinthians know, man, I didn't come to y'all with all this old goofy stuff they do in these churches. I didn't come trying to impress y'all. I didn't come with no discernment and all this political stuff. I didn't get y'all like that. I came to y'all because I love y'all, man. I know y'all was the worst people ever, you Corinthians. You Corinthians, you low down, you dirty. Corinth was a big cesspool, man. So Paul had to really take care of the Corinthians. Paul said, I'm a master builder. I laid the foundation. I already knew what y'all was going to go through. I knew what y'all was going to have to deal with. So now I'm writing to y'all, and I'm sending this letter to y'all through Timothy to let y'all know y'all got 10,000 instructors, but not many fathers. And one thing, Master already knew. The child gonna grow up to hate the instructor. Because the instructor gonna come to the house. Why you not dressed? Why you don't have your clothes on? Come on, let's go. We gotta do this, we gotta do that. That's the instructor. And all the while that child waiting in his heart saying, man, I'll be glad this happened to you. I'll be glad when I don't have to go through this no more. But daddy is safe because daddy gonna come say, son, you all right? You don't have to go if you don't want to go. That's not what the instructor say. But that's what daddy instructed the instructor to do. Why? Because the instructor has to make sure the child's well-being and the child's growth takes place. That's all the instructor care about. Right now today, you know how many children are hurt behind their daddy?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And it don't matter how old they are. Derek said, Daddy, you just got to show up, Daddy. You know what it's like to show up? But the average father don't know what that's like. Church, I had to relearn how to be a father because my father wasn't there. And the worst, dumbest thing we could ever say in life is that I'm going to do for my children what my daddy didn't do for me. Well, if your daddy didn't do for you, how the hell you know what to do? Make that make sense? I'm going to do for my children what my daddy didn't do for me. Well, if nobody did for you, how you know what you're doing is right? Look at how much you do for these children, and they're going to turn out to be however they want to turn out to be, man. You're going to give them everything. You're going to take them everywhere. And when they get on, they talk about you like a dog. So what is the right way? You want to play? Let's play. Holler at the party, give him a pound of weed. That's what he want. That's what he want to do. Give it to him. So he gave him a pound of weed. I said, okay, Derek, this is what the man want back. All right, Dad, all right, Dad.
Come on now.
Smoke half of it. So I said, Derek, where the man money at? Man, David, you know how to go. I know how to go. Believe you me, church, from that day, we never ever had another conversation about that life.
That's right.
Because I showed him he could handle that.
That's right, that's right.
Because there's more to it than what they think.
That's right.
You listen to stories, and this is what Paul is telling Timothy. They going by these stories they heard about me, but I need you to let them know how much I love them. I need you to let them know, man, I was there, but when nobody was there. I almost lost my life trying to make sure they was all right. Make sure, Timothy, you have them to understand that. So I let them know, say, son, you can't handle that life. You going by what you heard, man. He'll handle your business, and he smoke after it. So, who gonna pay this man his money, Derek?
Who on that man?
You gotta pay that.
Those was his exact words. Daddy, you owe that man. But the lesson was, we never ever have to talk about this again. Stop telling them what they can't do because they're going to try to do it anyway. Stop telling them what they don't know because they're going to prove to you they know it anyway. I sat in the jailhouse, man, and I sat on the bench, and I watched the man cry, man. The man told me, Mike, he said, Mike, you know why I went to jail? You know why I kept coming to jail? Because I wanted to prove to my daddy that I could handle myself in jail because my daddy said, boy, you do this, you do that, you know you won't be able to handle yourself in jail. He said, I came to jail to prove to my daddy I can handle myself in jail.
My God.
Come on. Jail and Calvin.
I'm like, wow, man. You came to jail to prove to your daddy? Yeah, Mike. Because my daddy said I couldn't handle myself. And I wanted to show him I could handle myself. Y'all just don't know what daddy really goes through. I'm talking about a real father. I'm not talking about somebody that's laying there dictating and want to instruct you. I'm talking about a real father. Why? Because he's going to protect the family from some things the family never know nothing about. That's a real daddy. That's a real father. We don't want y'all to know certain things. We're not going to bring y'all around certain things. We're going to hide certain things from y'all because we got to protect y'all. Paul had to protect the Corinthians.
Come on, Pastor Mike.
Man, text me. Well, we're going to be cleaning up next weekend. And we're going to lock the doors. And y'all have to find somewhere else to have service. Mike. Pastor Mike gone. Pastor Mike gone. Now it's Mike. Nigga, who the hell you talking to? You got me big. Damn, you in that church. Why? Because you're playing with them, man. Don't play with them. You will see a side of daddy that you will never see when you play with children. Now, I'm talking about daddy. I'm not talking about somebody that's running their mouth, man. You can say, calm down, daddy. Daddy ain't about to calm. Ain't gonna calm down. You playing with a child. Tell God to calm down while you're playing with him. What did he do to you? Same thing, man. The same thing.
Yes, sir. Lord, you better know it.
If this, Mike, what drop me that, what is it, a pattern or something? Then when they go around the corner, they get up the same thing. They get up the same thing. Corey, doing the pattern. We just have to be standing on the neutral ground talking. I'm in the garden.
Yeah.
And the lady pulled up. She said, okay, y'all can come right there by me. Now these Negroes tripping. Already know the Negro don't like me because some Negro in his ear that don't like it, but damn all the Negroes. Why? Because we not calling kiss nobody's tail. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these church folks. Them Negroes want you to follow them. Negro, I ain't no damn slave. I was a slave in sin. God to deliver me. I'll cut you out in the man. That's what's wrong with us, man. We done ran in these churches and we done got weak and we done got soft, man. And we done forgot where we come from. The son sitting on the porch, Mike. Son sitting on the porch. Daddy sitting right there, right? Here come the man. Mama come off the porch, go down the steps. She go in the barn with the man. Son sitting there watching this. Mama come out the barn with the white man. Come sit back on the porch. The son look at the dad. Dad, you ain't gonna do nothing. Daddy, you ain't gonna do nothing. Daddy, the man just took mom in that barn, man. You know what they was doing, Daddy. Daddy, you ain't gonna say nothing. Daddy, you ain't gonna do nothing. Daddy can't do nothing. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? She gotta sit there, she looking at him. Sorry, man. See the stuff Daddy gotta deal with? See the stuff Daddy gotta go through? If Daddy buck, Daddy die. If Daddy buck, Daddy get beat. If Daddy buck, Daddy might get hung on a tree. So Daddy gotta sit there and just take all that in. And he talk all that noise about Father's Day. And y'all no good and y'all this and that. Baby, if it wasn't for the seed in the man, that went in you wouldn't even be here.
That's right.
I know it's a lot of bitterness. I know it's a lot of hurt. I know it's a lot of pain. I know it's a lot of evil stuff that went on between the father and the family. But people, we got to get ourselves back together, man. And we got to look at it for what it is, man. Yes. Because that man had to be strong, man. Do I act up and lose my wife and my child? Or do I just deal with it? And that's the stuff we go through, and that's what the Bible is about. Look at the stuff these people have to go through and deal with, man. And y'all think this stuff easy? It's not easy, man. Not about to let that Negro play me. We're in the room talking. We're here, take your money. Well, we about to do this. No, y'all about to do that. Why? I trust God, man. And if God bless me to be here, He's going to bless me to be somewhere else. I got to get y'all ass. Y'all got me messed up. The children of Israel had to go through the wilderness, man. And when they went through that wilderness, they fought and they fought and they fought and they fought. Who looked out for Israel? Nobody. Even his family members went against him, man. But when he got to the promised land, everything was all right. We just got to get to the promised land. We just going to go through some things. We're going to deal with some things. We ain't about to let nobody discourage us. We ain't about to let nobody turn us around. They could take this whole church and stick it where the sun don't shine. Church, I mean that with my heart, man. Because they disrespected y'all, man. You want to tell me y'all gonna lock a door because y'all about to clean up and y'all don't want my people in here? What, we dirty or something? Come on. Negro, we clean this place up every day when we leave here. How would it?
Dirty when we came in. Nasty when we got here. Sealing all wet.
But we got to stay focused on God, church.
That's right.
The Bible says, be angry, but sin not. You have the right to express yourself. Express yourself, let that go. Why? Because when we come together, we got to come together in love. We got to be the example for the world. We got to show them things, show them how this thing really goes. Why? Because we are not letting nobody instruct us how to serve God.
That's right, Lord. Come on, Pastor.
That's right.
Wow.
Wow.
We love you for that, Pastor. Yes.
Man.
No, I love y'all, man.
We know that.
And because I love y'all, I don't let nobody play with y'all, man. Just because y'all not there. And wherever I'm at, that's where y'all at. And whatever they say about y'all, they saying it about me. And whatever they say to me, they saying it about y'all. Them Negro watching, nobody never did nothing for us. Who did something for us? Not one of them Negroes. Name one. Name one. Yeah, the bishop ran in here. Pick up money every week. I said, Bishop, you keep the money. You keep the money. Because you might feel like I owe you something. You keep the money. One thing about dropping that ministry is God's calling. It's what God's doing. And whatever God says do, that's what we got to do. If we got to go in the park every Sunday, we're going to the park. Why? Because Paul told them, y'all have 10,000 instructors, but not many fathers. Paul was a father to the church at Corinth, man. That church at Corinth was a mess. But Paul dealt with it. People called me all day. People asked me questions all day. But Pastor Mike, what this about? Pastor Mike, what that's about? But Pastor Mike, go read this again. Let's read this. Let's read that. Let's do that. Why? Because y'all like little children. Y'all just want to know, man. Y'all want to know. What I'm looking like, tell you I don't have time. I went to the recital thing yesterday, right? For little Carly. Mike, I ain't never been nothing like this in my life. White folks everywhere, right? You can count the black folks. Little Carly get on the stage, she just standing. She wasn't going to dance, she wasn't going to do nothing. But yet, she understood what was going on, right? I looked at all the children and what they were doing and participating in this event, man. They had like 7 little girls on stage. One was black, the rest of them was white. But the little black girl knew all the moves. I'm lying on y'all? She knew all the moves. She had the rhythm down pat. She was tap dancing and everything, man. Train the child up in the way that it should go, man.
That's right.
If I could teach y'all the right way, man, and mold and shape y'all the right way, nobody in the world will ever play with y'all, man. Y'all just don't know how blessed y'all are, man.
Yeah.
I would die behind this, man. This everything to me. Ain't nobody gave me this. When I was in that jailhouse, God said, Mike, open that Bible. I opened that Bible to Luke the 5th chapter. And when I opened it to Luke the 5th chapter, God said, there you go. That's your ministry right there. Dropping in that ministry. And I never turned back from that ministry. I still had 8 more years to go in jail, man. And I'm believing and trusting God, man. That's why man ain't tell me nothing. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. I had to trust God, man. Man ain't do a damn thing for me. He still ain't gonna do a damn thing for me. He ain't gonna do a damn thing for you. He gonna take and take and take and take and control you. Don't let nobody control y'all. That's what's wrong with us, man. These jokers bring us to these churches and they want to tell us how to live our life. Take a minute how to live our life. Sister Pastor, I can cut it. Let me calm down.
All right.
You ever seen a mother go to school and cut up, Mike? Mom can go to school and cut up.
Yes, you did turn it up.
Don't play with the children. Don't play with this ministry. This is everything, man. If they take this, what we got? Bunch of Negroes that's gonna play us. All during the week, Jimmy, I'm teaching them, Jimmy, how to be blessed, Jimmy. I know they're not going to get it. I know they're not going to understand it all at one time, man.
That's right.
But I'm teaching them It was 4 ways that Paul dealt with picking up money, man. When Paul went to the Corinthians, he picked up the collection, man. And the collection went to help the poor. But when he told him, as a man purpose in his heart, let him give not grudgingly of necessity, that's when he picked up things and he gave it to tithers. And tithing made sure the people was all right. And when he made sure the people was all right, the people gave thanks to God. That's what that was about. Not you bringing nothing in the church and the collection plate talking about you purpose in your heart. Paul says, Apocalypse, them brought everything to me that y'all gave. And now my God is going to supply y'all needs because what y'all gave to me, not the collection. Paul says, I taught y'all in all things, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever man sow, he should also reap. Why? Because Paul was teaching them. Paul could have been over there making tents, but he was teaching them, and he was making sure Paul was all right. So how in the world we going to stand in the church and say, press down, shaking together, running over, when a man giving your bosom, as you purpose in your heart, let him give, not grudging of necessity, for God love a cheerful giver. Why? Else you're going to be cursed with a curse, because you got to give your 10%.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Them. He cursed them, not me. He said, I curse you. Even the nation. That don't have nothing to do with us in the church today. So how you going to scare me about 10% when it don't have nothing to do with the church? Why? Because we don't know we're dealing with the law, we're dealing with the spirit. And when we deal with the spirit, Jesus said, and when you give it alms, don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. Because whatever you do, you're doing in secret. And God is going to reward you. So where y'all get this 10% dollars from? See the game? Am I the follower of the law, or am I the follower of the spirit? Because if I follow the spirit, you don't know what I gave, you don't know what I'm giving, but God won't bless me, and God won't reward me. So look at how they took all this stuff in the Bible and threw all this stuff together, and half of it didn't have nothing to do with nothing. So now I'm teaching you all. Okay, we're going to pick up the collection. That's the collection. We got that. But now I'm going to teach you the generosity, the gift of generosity, how to help others, that it will return back to you. So when you bless somebody, they're going to give thanks to God. And when they give thanks to God, God will make sure you have more. And make sure you have more. Why? Because now you're dealing with the ministry of thanksgiving. You're dealing with the ministry of generosity. This is what they did to us, ready to mess us up in the church. And y'all wasn't going to never have nothing.
My God. Lord have mercy.
Somebody mad at me.
Lord have mercy.
Because the pimp daddy got ruined. But if I'm blessed, you should be blessed. Why I need a big house? Let me see you in the big house. Invite me over to the big house and cook. Why I need a Mercedes? Ain't nothing but a headache. That's the in and out for oil change. Who want that headache? I don't mind this. That's a headache. Every time you go get that car checked, that's a headache. You're looking at $800 or more. Because they're going to do 2-point checks on this, 2-point checks on that. So, this Sunday, I'm going to have to pick up something. I got to bring my car to get the oil change. See the game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's why I'd rather ride around in the truck. I'd rather ride around in the Cadillac. Because them niggas, they got a nigga in the Bentley. He riding in the Bentley. He looking at the Cadillac. That's a 1996 Cadillac. He in a 2000 and something Bentley. God will take the foolish things to confound the wise. Stop letting these people play y'all, man. God love you, man. Pastor might love you. And whatever I know, y'all gonna know. And if I know how to get it, I'm gonna tell you all how to get it. It's nowhere in the world. Y'all look at these fathers, And y'all know what's the difference between a father who was an instructor and the father who really was a dad, who loved, who took care, who made sure everything was all right with the children. Ball game. Y'all don't think you're going to be mad with me, man?
That's all right. Let him go.
You said it was real.
You gonna fit.
Nigga don't like me anyway.
Right.
Well,
Why should I be? I don't believe in being fake. Say, bro, if I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. Just that simple. What's that, man? I keep going. I ain't about to smile in your face and all that old goofy stuff. Where y'all come from? I didn't come from that. No, no, man. I'm going to speak to you and keep going. But these new niggas, man, they going to smile in your face and turn behind your back and talk about you doing little goofy stuff. Where y'all come from, man? Shouldn't have one raised like that, man. And I ain't about to pick up that attitude, man. I'm going to tell you how I feel. Whether you like it or not, that's your business. I told you how I feel.
Now what?
Now what it?
Now what?
That's what I'm saying. When it's all said and done, know that God love y'all, man. I appreciate every last one of you all. And to all the fathers, it's a difference, man. Your daddy love you, man, and you know that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all falls out. Y'all go at it. But guess what? If daddy said let's move out, what you gonna do? You gonna move out. You gonna roll with him, man. Why? Because he was always a father. He wasn't just no instructor. And that's the thing, man. You know that he got your best interest. You're not going to always understand what he doing, how he doing. How would you? How can you? Why? You haven't been through what he's been through. You haven't experienced the things he experienced. So as you grow in life, you get a better understanding. That's why daddy did that. That's why daddy said that. That's why daddy felt like that. And that's why daddy have it so hard. Because daddy got to take everybody's stuff. Mom ain't got to take nobody's stuff. But everybody going to take mama's side. What they clap for that? Y'all ain't gonna get in trouble. Y'all know who the instructors is, and y'all know who the fathers are. Driving in Net Ministries have real fathers, man. They know how to give, they know how to accept. They know how to love, they know how to show justice. They know how to care, and then they know how to show discipline. Right, Corey? Yeah. You cut a fool, but daddy know how to grab him. Huh, Corey? Yeah. And you tighten up, right, Corey? See what I'm saying? You know, huh, Daddy? Yeah. Oh, Daddy got to do a look for it. That's the beauty about Daddy. Daddy ain't going to look. All right? I ain't holding you up back, Corey. You ready?
So we come next week. It's gonna be
Oh, I'm gonna go get the Oh. Next Sunday we'll be at the park. Come on, I'm gonna go get the keys so we can open the loop. And next Sunday we'll be at the park. Y'all, that's all right, huh, y'all? Hey, when we was at the other place, the same thing. I told the people, don't worry about it. We're just going to go to the park and have church. And here they come with the same thing. And we just going to go to the park and have church. It's a pattern.
Yes, it is.
It's a pattern, y'all. You know, when the children of Israel were traveling, right? Everybody knew who they was. Everybody knew who they was. Oh, y'all the children of Israel. They're going to say they're going to be dropping that people.
That's all right.
They didn't play with us. Terry, they gonna play with us. You got us, sir? I'm gonna go get the, you gonna hold it down till I go get the keys? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go get the keys. I'll talk about that. I'll come right back.
What part, man?
Huh?
Get the keys.
No, I'm going to the keys up. Well, Park, City Park. Where we was at last time?
By the ride.
Yeah, by the rides. We're gonna put a big sign up. Unload people.
Come dress comfortable, no suit. No ties, no shorts.
Amen. Love you.
Now you know my Hey, Mike, y'all, what's the cash out, brother? Hey, here you go, the keys. The fella. Mike, the young man, right? Sorry. You go open the door, You know, y'all gotta be some bold people to come to somebody else's house and talk about it. You all right, Corey?
Yeah, right.
You ready to do the in the park? Take it in the park?
No, this is where it is.
Not today. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Next Sunday.
Goodbye.
Tell y'all what. How about we just take off next Sunday and then do it the following Sunday?
Good.
I think that's better.
Yeah, that makes better.
What Sunday is that?
Yeah.
Of course.
So next Sunday, we rest our nerves next Sunday. And then the following Sunday, we be ready for the fall.
Of course.
Coming in the backyard next Sunday.
If Wilder could have y'all in the parking lot for 2 years, I know I could y'all for one day. Huh?
You gonna do live, huh?
You don't need what Sunday?
We don't need no break next Sunday. You can go live.
Oh, I'm gonna go live.
Go live.
Ready for it?
Yes.
Here we go.
Goodbye, everybody. Please, thank you. Everybody.
Yeah. I already knew. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying.
I don't like fake people. Tell me in my face how you feel about me. You gotta talk about me. No, man.
What all you drinks? Something bad, y'all.
Worst people in the world. What's up, TJ? Huh? The 396?
The zero.
Five 504-396? Correct. Go what I got? I got Corey. I don't know what. That's mine. We had to do it like that. Well, how you supposed to do it? How you supposed to do it, Jimmy?
I got it. Like we got.
And somebody this morning came and dropped this off. Sister Harney. Let's pause this baby, Corey.
Forget about that. It's right there.
All right.
Show her again, brother.
Don't get to me. It's divine.
I showed him my
Yeah. It's up.
autism socks.
Pastor Mike.
Hey, Corey, I gotta support it, man.
Hey, Pastor Mike. Hi, Janet, Karen, Bessie, Hazel, Isabel, Istia, Sophia, Leah, Jimmy Ray, Layton, Mateo, Corey, Jaden, and Kelly, and Miss Wanda, Mr. Green.
Okay.
Man.
Everybody needs
I
to
go to the August. School August is coming up, Karen Bessie. It's still mother's such a school. Please stand. Please stand. I can wear a school shirt and boot pants school.
Yeah, you're right.
Our Father, when John heaven, hallowed be my name, the kingdom come, but will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. If we us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The thine is the kingdom, and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And now a sweet poem who was said Jesus Christ was true, and his is now forever. And to me again, it's Jesus. Amen. What you say, amen?
Amen. Amen.
Corey just did it.
Too soon. That was too early.
Yeah. That took a love account. I know you were still. I know you were still living. Oh, well, I just seen you about 2 weeks ago.